everybody, Daniel Mosnet here with Cowboy Charcoal, cooking it up again for you today on a gas grill. That's right, we are gonna show you how to be a backyard pitmaster on the gas grill, and we'll show you all the tips and tricks and secrets that you need. Today, we are cooking beautiful artichokes. First thing you do when you're getting ready to get your gas grill going is you want to make sure you have your wood chips ready to go in your grill basket or in foil. There's great tips on how to do that at cowboycharcoal.com. But all we're going to do here is we're going to add some cherry chips. We're working cherry today with our artichokes. So we'll grab a few cherry wood chips. We're going to put them in our smoker basket. We're going to put that on the hottest part of the grill. It's going to take about 10 minutes for that to start smoking. That'll be about the right time for us to put our artichokes on the grill. So we'll close the top, bring it over to the grill, turn 2 or 3 of our burners on high, then we're going to close the top and let that start smoking. Now, let's get ready to take care of our artichokes. So this time of year, you'll see big, beautiful globe artichokes. What you want to look for is a larger size artichoke that feels very firm to the touch. You don't want a soft one. That means it's been sitting there for a little while. You want one that has nice, good color, even color, and is nice and firm inside. It feels a little bit heavy for its size. So that's how you pick out a good artichoke. You can either take them with the stems on or the stems off, and we'll show you how to prepare each way. So a little bit later in the year, you'll see some artichokes, towards the winter time, you'll see some artichokes that look a little bit brown. Those are wind-kissed artichokes. That just means they've been on the plant a little bit longer. The good news about that is if they've been on the plant a little bit longer, they have a little bit more sugar, so they're a little sweeter, and to me, they taste a little bit better. So I look for those rather than the big bright green ones, but again, it's all your personal preference. So the most important thing to note about artichokes is that the ends have little stickers. So we've got to, they'll poke you. So we've got to take care of those. And every time we cut an artichoke, we've got to make sure we rub the cut side with a little bit of lemon, or else it'll oxidize and turn brown. It'll taste fine, but it just won't look as appetizing. So you want to make sure every time you cut, you rub it with a little bit of you could use white vinegar. I use lemon. It's just something a little bit acidic. So the first thing we'll do with our artichoke here is we'll take it, and I like to cut off the top. I use a serrated knife, unless you have an extremely sharp knife. To me, a serrated knife works a little bit better. So we just cut the top of it off, and it looks like that. We take our lemon, and you can either rub the top of it with lemon, or you could put it in a bowl of acidulated water. Acidulated water just means acid in water. Acidulated makes me sound like I'm smart. Simple. I put a couple ice cubes in there, squeeze some lemon, put it right inside. So the other thing that you want to do is you want to go around to the rest of the leaves that didn't get cut, and if there's any little pokies, just cut them off. We don't have them, you typically don't have them all the way down, but if you do, just take some scissors, kitchen shears, you could do it with a knife, just cut them off. Just cut the top right off. And then when we've cut those, we again want to hit all of those tops with a little bit of lemon. Now, if you pick up an artichoke that has the long stem, for me, this is my favorite part, right? This is all the favorite part for me. So you just peel down the leaves that you find on the stem, cut a little bit off the bottom so you get a nice fresh cut, just like that. Again, all we're doing every time is just hitting it with a little bit of lemon. And then I find them a little bit stringy, so I take a peeler and I just peel right down the sides. You can do the same thing with something like celery. It helps take those stringy edges off and just gives you a little bit more pleasant eating experience. Optional step. I particularly like it. Again, we're gonna hit it with a little bit of lemon all the way around, and then you would cut the top just like you would do this one. Now from here, you have a couple of choices. You could put it in a steamer basket if you have one. You could put a colander on the top of a pot of boiling water, or you could just dump them in boiling water and cook them for about 10 to 15 minutes until they start to turn soft. An easy way to find out if they're soft and ready to go is if you take a toothpick and just poke it right in the bottom and it's soft, then it's ready to eat. This is the main area. You can poke your toothpick in here or here. Those are the main areas that you want to check and make sure are soft, just like a potato. Once that's done, you take them out of the water, and there you go. You're gonna end up with artichokes that look like this. Once you take them out of the water and just cut them in half, let them cool. An easy way to let them cool when you take them out of the pot of boiling water is just to set them upside down on a cookie sheet. You wanna set them upside down so any of that hot boiling water that was trapped up inside the leaves will drain out, and then just cut them in half. So you end up with 2 pieces, right? From there, it's easy to find a little grapefruit spoon, or you can do it with a little paring knife or a kitchen knife. You wanna cut out the inside of what they call that's the choke part, right? That's where all of those kind of tough fibers are. Those aren't things that you want. Don't wanna take too much of the center out if you can help it, because for me, that's where all the meat is. That's the favorite part to eat. So you're left with that piece like that. Do that to all of your pieces. You don't need to worry about putting lemon on it at this point because you've already cooked it, so it won't continue to turn brown. These little purple leaves, they have some pokies in there as well, so you can take those out. Now, some people just eat them just like this. They just boil them and they eat them. They make a nice little aioli, which we'll show you how to do, and they just eat them straight from there, which you can do. For me, grilling them adds so much more flavor. It adds a lot of crunch, it adds a lot of texture, it helps caramelize those sugars that are inside of the artichoke and just make the flavors pop so much more. Now let's show you how to make a quick little dressing to go right over the top. We'll add a little bit of olive oil, some salt and pepper. Again, to taste, I like a little more pepper than salt. And then we're gonna add some grated garlic. You wanna make sure it's grated so you don't have pieces that are too thick. And what I mean by grating is just get a little microplane and just run it across the top. Okay, and then mix that up. That's what we have here. Olive oil, grated garlic, salt and pepper. That's it. You can add any seasoning at this point that you particularly like. If you have your favorite vegetable seasoning, you could add that at this point. We'll add this to each piece. Now, I like to use a spoon because I like to spread the artichoke open a little bit as I put in the seasoning. Okay, and this will flare up a little bit when you put it on the grill. Don't worry, just a little bit of flare-ups from the olive oil. And the nice thing about using a gas grill is if you're getting too many flare-ups, you can always just turn the grill off, okay? Turn the grill off and close it, okay? That's it. Now, if you have gloves on, you can just spread that around on all sides. Make sure it's all well coated. The more you spread it around, the better of a char you'll get across all of the artichoke. Okay, now let's check our grill. You can see we've got our chips nicely smoking. Open this up so we can get a little bit more of that smoke action going. These are cherry chips. You can see the color. So we'll set that there. I like to start with my artichokes face down, or the cut side down. Make sure you have a well-oiled grill so these don't stick. And like I said, you'll get a little bit of flare up because you have oil in there, which is okay. We've got it on a high heat, so I'm gonna turn that down to low. We're probably at about 500 degrees. And if you're too much on one area, just move it. That's all you gotta do. So you let it go for about 3 or 4 minutes on each side. You already see how quickly that's starting to char. Doesn't take long. And they're already cooked. So you're not really looking for any more cooking. You're just looking for char marks, and that smoky flavor. Got a little bit of fire going from our wood chips, so I'm gonna close the top. And look at that. As simple as that. You just close the top and now you get smoke again. If it continued to flare up, we would just move it over to the side. Nothing to worry about. Let's start to flip these over, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking for nice char marks. We don't want it to be burned, but we want nice char marks. That's perfect for me. Okay, so these will be ready to pull here in just a second. I'm gonna close the top, let those cook down a little bit more. Show you how to make a quick aioli dipping sauce for your artichokes. All I have here is a little bit of mayonnaise, some roasted garlic. You could use fresh garlic if you like. Remember we did that, we've done that before, and you just push and the garlic pops right out. You put it right inside. We've got a little bit of parsley, salt and pepper. I like a pinch of smoked paprika, and I like it's a little bit spicy too, so we're adding a generous pinch of crushed red pepper flakes. That's a simple mixture. If you let this set up in the refrigerator for about a half an hour, all those flavors come together really nicely. And this is a great sauce for any vegetable that you put on the grill. That mayonnaise cuts a lot of that barbecue flavor pretty well. Right at the end, I like to add a little bit of fresh squeezed lemon juice, and that's it. That's our aioli. Got one that I've let set up in the refrigerator for a little bit, so we'll just set that right there on the corner of the plate. Your guests can add as much as they like. Let's walk back here and grab our artichokes. Now these artichokes have been cooking for about 15-20 minutes or so. We've got just a little bit of smoke coming out of the smoker box. Remember, I didn't add a lot of chips. I added about a half a pound or about a handful of chips. And those look perfect. You want to serve them cut face up. That's the nicer presentation style, but that's about how you want it to look on the backside. You want to definitely grill both sides. And there you have some grilled artichokes. To finish this dish off, really simply, we're gonna add a little bit of fresh grated Parmesan cheese, sprinkle right over the top. Make sure you get in that little pocket. You wanna make sure you get some of that cheese right in the middle. And the heat of the artichokes, it'll melt that cheese a little bit. Some fresh chopped parsley, nice little color right over the top. I like to squeeze a little bit of lemon as well. Squeezing lemon over fresh grilled vegetables really adds a layer of freshness and brightens up all the flavors that you've cooked. So I like to squeeze lemon over just about everything. Chicken or pork. I like to, just a hint of fresh squeezed lemon just really brightens all your flavors. Add a little bit of fresh cracked salt. Always want to top with salt. And you're kind of salting all the way through. So top with a little bit of salt, and there you have some fantastic looking grilled artichokes for your dinner tonight. This is a perfect side dish for any grilled meat. Steak, chicken, pork, fish, anything you want to grill, or you can just have these as dinner. They're pretty good size. So if you're a vegetarian or you just want to have a nice light dinner, this is a very low calorie dish for you to enjoy. For these recipes and so many more, please like, follow, and subscribe. Check us out on our Cowboy Facebook Pitmaster page. Look us up at cowboycharcoal.com. We'd love to hear from you. What are your favorite vegetables? What do you like to put on the grill? Either the gas grill or the smoker. You tell us how you like to grill, how you like to cook, and what you like to eat, and we'll show you some great recipes. Until next week, I'm Daniel Mosnett with Cowboy Charcoal. Keep cooking with Cowboy.